Come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Come on in, come on in. Let me send this out. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's send this out. I hope that y'all are well. Put a one, hey. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. And then also, let me know where you're watching from. Come on in. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Georgia. Hey, Louisiana. That's my baby. Hey, Texas. Come on in. Thank you for these gifts. All right. Today we're going to be talking about where I'm going to be helping you course correct before you crash out. And the reason why I'm doing this is because honestly, I'm really tired of seeing us as women like crash out the way that we're crashing out and act the way that we acting, especially about a lot of things that we just should not be. We just shouldn't. So what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about why people crash out, the connection to crashing out around your nervous system and why this is important. And then I'm going to give you 4 steps that you can take to actually prevent you from actually going into that space. So all I ask is that you send this to somebody who needs it. Send this to another amazing woman leader. So if you don't know who I am, I showed and put this thing in here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine leadership strategist. And what I do basically, or I help basically ambitious women leaders achieve sustainable success and magnetic influence. So what does that look like and what does that really mean? Because you hear people say, okay, well, what does that really mean? Basically what that means is that I help women leaders burn their old identities, and I help them do this so they can amplify their magnetism, master their emotions, make more money, and get healthier, basically using their feminine energy. That's how I support them, and that's the type of work that I do. So a lot of women who are women leaders, a lot of them had to get it out the mud. They had to be in spaces where they had to kind of work extremely hard. So they weren't able or afforded the opportunity to operate from a space of their feminine how they may have wanted to. And so now they're in a space to where, they're exhausted, they're tired, they're overwhelmed, they're all of these things. And so they want to shift that. And a lot of these women actually end up crashing out because they don't end up getting the things that they desire, and they feel some kind of way about it because they feel like they've done everything right. It's kind of one of those things where someone is looking at someone else's life and feeling like, why is this person getting to get all these things and I'm doing all the things right and these things aren't happening for me? And I think a lot of people get caught up in the whole comparison thing, and when they start doing that, it's basically just over with. But I'm going to break that down today, so you can put yourself in a position to actually start achieving wealth alchemy. If you were not here on yesterday, then you didn't catch the live where we talked about wealth alchemy, and how wealth alchemy is actually the art of transmuting or transforming your natural energy, your emotions, your creativity into sustainable financial success, because that's what a lot of people are seeking to do. What's happening is I don't think people understand how a lot of people's positions are going to be replaced with AI. I don't think people understand it. They don't take it serious, but people really should be taking it a lot more serious than they are. And you're going to need the most irreplaceable, valuable asset, which is human creativity. And if you don't have any, what are you going to do? Honestly, what are you going to do? So you really have to learn how to achieve wealth alchemy. And again, wealth alchemy is transforming your natural energy, and your emotions and your creativity into literally financial success that's actually sustainable, something that you do extremely well, that's going to get you paid on a high level. That is how you're going to be able to sustain. And so today, if you want to be able to sustain or create this level of success, you have got to course correct before you crash out. And that's what I'm talking about today, because I'm seeing a lot of people crashing completely out. Y'all crashing out over TikTok being banned. Y'all crashing out trying to figure out what your next step is going to be. Y'all are crashing out. And it's so crazy to me, because there's so many people that are like, they're believers and they're this and they're that. Listen, when people come ask me how I feel about TikTok possibly getting banned, which I don't think is going to happen, but that's a whole nother conversation that I'm not going to get into. But if that was really the case, if you made a bag on one app, you can make a bag on another app. You just need to figure out the formula. See, if you got it, you got it. That's just point blank, period. So why are you so concerned about that? So I'm seeing people crash out about that. I'm seeing people crash out about not being married and not being in relationships. Y'all are out here like really crashing completely out, when in reality, okay? When in reality, you better tell them literally anywhere. In reality, you don't need to crash out. You need to calm your nervous system. You need to course correct so you can create income, and that way you can create the life that you really want, because you're going to need money. You're going to need to be able to create your own income. Point blank, period. Okay? And you need to understand that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly, we're going to talk about crashing out. We're going to talk about why people are crashing out. We're going to talk about the connection of crashing out. And then I'm going to give you 4 steps so you can course correct yourself so you don't crash out. Y'all need to be focused. This ain't the time to be crashing out. Y'all playing too much for me. It's too much going on. It's too much happening. It's too much that is going to happen for you to be sitting around crashing out about minor things. Let's get into the reality of things and start creating the reality you want. Point blank, period, the end. So for those who do not know who I am, my name is L. Antoinette. I'm a feminine leadership strategist. And basically, I have on the screen what I do. But if I just wanted to break it all the way down, okay, I'll tell you like this. I help women leaders burn their old identities, to amplify their income, to master their emotions, to earn more money, and to get healthier. And I help them do all of this using their own feminine energy. See, the issue is you're disconnected from yourself, which is why you can't heal your core. Okay? So it's very vital and very important that during this particular time, Shalom says that you're not crashing out. You're course correcting, because you need to be focused. Your eyes need to be on the path. So I'm going to support you in that, okay? Because crashing out ain't going to get it. It's not going to get it. And I need y'all to stop being so faithless. If for some reason the app goes away, which I don't really see happening, but let's just say in the event that it really, really, really does, then if you can do it on one, you can do it on another. And honestly, with all these new things that are coming, you need to figure out how you going to carve your piece of the pie. Because the future belongs to the creatives, the observers, and the innovators. And if you are not paying attention and you are not seeing that, it is happening right before your eyes. You better figure out what lane you belong in. You better figure that out. Are you an observer to where you can research? Are you more stronger in the area of creating? Are you more stronger in the area of innovating? Really and truly, if you master the first one, which is observing, if you can observe, you can create. If you can create, you can invent something. And if you can invent something, you can create income. So I don't be want to hear these excuses. You have skill sets that have made corporations millions. You have allowed these corporations to tax on your soul to meet their goals. How about meeting your own goals? How about meeting your own goals? How about creating your own reality? How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. So again, the reason why I'm going to give you these practical steps to course correct yourself, right, before you crash out is because, okay, you need to achieve wealth alchemy if you are going to thrive for the next 20 years. If you are on my live and you are 20 right now, you need to be thinking about how you want to live at 40. Do you hear what I'm telling you? If you're in your 30s right now, you need to be thinking about how you want to live in your 50s. Or if you are in your 40s like myself, you need to be thinking about how you want to live in your 60s. And you need to take the next 4 years and you need to come out swinging, because that is what you are going to need. That's the time frame you're going to need to go ahead and set up your next 20. Get your emotions together. Get them in check and keep your eyes on the prize of what it is that you are supposed to be doing, because there is going to be a return on the seeds that you are sowing, but you need to be sowing something. Okay? So, and you can't do that if you're continuing to crash out over things that really don't matter. If it don't align, it ain't mine. That needs to be your mindset. And if it's causing you a disruption, it's not a part of your destiny. These are things that you need to be thinking in your mind. These are things you need to have in the forefront of your mind when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with experiences. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Wealth alchemy, again, it is the art of transforming your natural energy, your emotions, and your creativity into sustainable financial success. This could look like anything, because it literally tells you, and somebody posted, it tells you in scripture in Proverbs 8:12 that you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. So being broke, to be honest with you, is a mindset. It's a disconnection problem. Because if you have these gifts within you, and it also says that these gifts will make room for you, it doesn't really make sense for you not to be able to achieve wealth alchemy, being able to create something. You should not be worried about if your 9 to 5 lays people off. See, one thing, I'm going to tell you something, even before I came into really getting in alignment with the Most High and getting my relationship right with God, before I even came into that, I had the mind frame that I could always go get another 9 to 5. You're not going to treat me any kind of way. My talk game is I can go ahead. Once I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. So I wasn't afraid to walk away from jobs. I didn't really care. You should not be so concerned that if a job lets you go, that you don't know what you need to do. This is why you need to be in tune with the gifts you have on the inside of you, so you can create your own income. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to be replaced by AI, by robots, y'all. And I told people this last year in February. People didn't believe me until they started coming to me saying, you were right, I lost my job. You were right, this did happen. You told me to go ahead and leave, specifically when we had our one-on-one, and I didn't leave and I got laid off. I'm telling you, there's no time for you to be playing. Set yourself up. Set yourself up. Okay? So let's go ahead and get straight into this. So wealth alchemy, we talked about what that is. I want you to really think about something for a second. Good, my love. Have you ever felt like, and I want you to think about this in the area of life. I want you to think about this in the area of relationships. I want you to think about this in the area of how you create income for yourself, whether you're not working 9 to 5 or if you are a business owner at this time, right? Or if you're both, okay? So I want you to really think about it in those 3 key elements. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work or how much effort you put into something or into things, it seems like the things that you desire just seem to move further and further away from you? It's like it's always something that gets in the way of you, like, actually getting to where you need to be. I want you to think about that from a space of life. I want you to think about that from a space of relationships. I want you to think about that from a space of how you create income for yourself. I've been in that space. I have most definitely been in that space. And I can tell you that it felt like I was literally repelling everything I wanted instead of attracting it, to be honest with you. I really thought I was losing my mind, and I really thought I was broken, and I really thought something was wrong with me, because it really felt like everybody else around me just seemed like they had everything together. And I really went through this a lot in my 20s. In my later 20s, I went through this a lot in my 30s, you know what I'm saying? And in my early 30s. And it was when I had my spiritual awakening, when my best friend passed away, that I've been able to shift from my mid-30s until where I am now, where I'm 41, right? But here's the thing that I had to learn, and what that experience and what this has taught me. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. None of these things are true, okay? But the truth of the matter might be this. Your nervous system might be out of alignment with the wealth and the ease that you actually crave. And what I mean by that is, when I'm talking about wealth, if you've never been on a live with me, you know that wealth is 5 pillars. It's not money, because wealth is not money. Please stop letting people tell you wealth is money. Wealth is not money. When you're saying you're building generational wealth, I want you to be aware of what you're saying. What you're saying is that you're building financial resources. You're building emotional fulfillment. You're building time freedom. You're building healthy relationships. You're building growth and purpose. This is the legacy that you are putting forth, and you are allowing the lineage who is coming after you to step into, so that they can have the pedestal above your head. So if you really want to help them get it out the mud, that is how you do it. You hit all targets. You don't just leave them money. Because if you leave them money and they have no emotional intelligence and no emotional regulation skill, they're going to trick off that money to anybody that tell them something they like. So when we're speaking about building wealth and attracting these things, attracting healthy relationships, attracting emotional fulfillment, attracting in a space of financial resources, and magnetizing all of these things into my space, you got to course correct your energy, because your nervous system is out of alignment with what you want. Hey, love. So the thing is, and I want you to really pay attention to what's happening. You can't go into spaces when you feel something is off. I don't care if you go on a date. I don't care if you walk into a room. I don't care if someone is saying something to you and you get that awkward feeling on the inside of who you are. That is a response letting you know you need to course correct whatever it is that you're doing. It's not butterflies. It don't mean love. Butterflies in the stomach was a gimmick that Disney put out there. They lied to us. They put all this propaganda out there to make us believe that love come from a space of romance. Romance and love are not the same thing. And we really need to get that understanding. Because we don't have that understanding is why a lot of us are delusional going into marriages and different things like that just to end up divorced. The people perish due to lack of knowledge. When you don't understand yourself, when you don't understand that marriage is a team project, a group project, and you're not used to doing your own homework, it's going to be kind of difficult for you to come in and work in a group project. And we're talking about a planned long-term group project. Okay? There has to be a course correct. When you feel things, I don't care how fine the person is. I don't care how much money you're being offered at this experience. If there is something in you that is making you question, making you doubt, that is worth of investigation. It's worth you pausing. Stop making people push you into making decisions or push you into responding. Y'all, is a lot of, you lack emotional control, so you feel like you need to get the last word in, you need to say something. When in reality, it ain't that you got to get the last word in and you got to say something. See, they didn't let you talk when you was a kid. You got to talk crazy to, and now that you an adult, you don't let nobody talk crazy to you. So anybody that seems like, that reminds you of what you experienced as a child when you were being shut up, now you got to check them. Now you got to get the last word in. See, it ain't even about them. It's about you. This is why I explain to people what people do have nothing to do with you, which is why it says in the one of the laws of the 4 agreements is don't take it personal. It's not about you, baby. It's not about you. See, you so self-centered, you think everything is about you. You think everything is about you, and it's not. When you realize that people make decisions based on them and you don't need to further investigate why they did that, and you can just accept the reality that you don't respect that when people treat you like that, so dismissal is the option. See, when you start moving like that, you don't need closure, baby. And truthfully, you don't need closure right now. See, closure is to convince the other person to make them feel the way you feel, or either you want them to convince you to stay. You don't need no closure. You don't need no closure. Closure is for convincing. See, you either trying to be convinced of what you already want to do, or you want to try to convict the person for doing to you what you feel like they did to you. Baby, they don't give a... You don't want closure. Y'all play too much. And then when you don't get the answer you want, what you doing? Crashing out. Ridiculous. You didn't even have to be in that experience. The closure was the misalignment, period. And you felt that from the beginning. We as women cannot be played. Do you understand? Do you understand that? We as women cannot be played. Nobody can play you without your permission, your participation, or the fact that you simply were not paying attention, because you were given a comforter. You were given a warning system on the inside of you. You literally, your nervous system lets you know what's up every time. Every time. But you don't trust yourself. That's the problem. So you just crash out instead. And where has that gotten you? Where has that gotten you? People crash out because their nervous systems are overwhelmed and stuck in survival mode. That's why you feel like you gotta fight. You feel like you gotta fight because, see, people who feel like they have to defend themselves, because let's talk about it. When you feel the need that you need to defend yourself, it's because you were in that space. It's because you're in that space. You're in a space to where you really feel like you got to fight for your life. It's survival of the fittest. That's why you go off like that. Nobody gonna talk to me like that. Nobody's talking to you like that now. That's how they talked to you when you was a kid. And your nervous system is reminding you of that experience. And because you have no control over self, even though self-control is a fruit of the spirit, you attempt to control the external environment when you cannot control that. Crazy work. The only thing that you can control is to control yourself. How do you know? Hold that question for me. How do you know if it's intuition or if it's trauma? The key thing is this. Your God-given intuition would never operate out of fear. That's the one and done right there. Your God-given intuition will never operate out of fear. Because who? And I mean who? Thank you, my love, for these gifts. Who? What do you mean? Fear? Scared of who? That's what your intuition on. Scared of who? Fear? Intuition is like, no, don't you go down that road because something is wrong there. And you come into play by saying, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to trust what I feel and I'm going to roll. I'm going to go the other way. That's what that looks like. The God-given intuition does not evoke fear. It warns. You understand what I'm saying? It warns. But it's not going to argue with you. It's not going to argue with your mind either. Soon as you say I'm tripping, going to be quiet, going to sit back, going to let you do what you want to do because that's what you want to do anyway. Okay. Let's see how that works out in your favor. 50-50, huh? Bet. Not going to argue. Not going to argue with your mind. This is why it tells you to keep your mind on things that are above. So when you find yourself hearing things, you don't doubt what you hear. That's why you're really supposed to have the scripture tattooed on your heart. Because when you hear certain things and you know it's in alignment with your life and it's in alignment with your path, you can know the truth from the non-truth. See, when you got it tattooed on your heart, because you read it and you study it and it literally you start to live it out, you recognize when people are trying to play with you. And you realize you can't be played because you will never be played as long as you ask the Most High for direction. Baby, before I even think about a man asked me to go on a date, y'all know I'm asking the Most High about them. Hey, so this person wants to take me out. Very attractive. I like it. You know, he got that thing I like. You know how I go because you know your daughter. You know me. See, I'm real with the Most High like that. You know your daughter. You know me. Let me see who this person is. I don't care if it's going to hurt my feelings. Let me go ahead and see it up front. If it's going to throw me off the path. But allow me to enjoy the experience by operating according to the faith of who you are. I have no reason to be anxious. I have no reason to act funny. I have no reason to test him because I know you're going to tell me what it is. So all I got to do is sit back and be me. Simple. And when I feel something, I believe it. Because I've asked. And it does say, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness and everything else will be added unto me. Right? So the right things are going to be added unto me as long as I am asking for them, as long as I am seeking it. So I'm never concerned. And I'm not just doing that with romantic situations. I'm doing that with people who want to be close to me. I understand the type of light I have on the inside of me. I understand who I am. I understand my journey and my walk. I understand you want to get close, but I'm going to have to check you out first. Yeah. Because I don't know why you're here. Because what I do know is, thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. I have greatly appreciated. What I do know is there's two types of people coming into your life experience. People who are on the path of destiny and people who are distractions. So who are you? That's what I'm always checking for. Always checking for that. Okay? So, like I said, people are crashing out a lot of times because, and they don't know how to create calm, they don't know how to center, they don't know how to do these things, but they're crashing out because their nervous system is extremely overwhelmed and they're stuck in survival mode. You crash out after you, because you hit your breaking point. So many people have done this to you. I hear women all the time, the next man that do something to me, I'm gonna do something to him. Pause. Hold tight. What you mean? Hold tight. Since when do we give people that much power over us that we lose control over ourselves? Wait, bring it back. See, you want to take out your anger on the next individual who comes into your space who appears to play with you, when the reality is nobody can play you without your permission, your participation, or the fact that you weren't paying attention. So let's go back and pay attention. See, let's assess these. See, I don't think you wrote down all these men names that you dealt with. Huh? And I need you to write down how great everything was going in the beginning. And then I need you to write down exactly where it shifted. And I need you to take and pay attention to what you were doing during that time when it shifted. That's what I need you to do. Because you ever want to manifest the love that you think that you want, you're going to, manifestations require an IRA. And I talk about this all the time. When you are trying to magnetize or manifest something into your space, it requires intentionality, responsibility, and accountability. If you ain't willing to go back and look in the mirror at who you are and stop blaming that man, you ain't ready to manifest the love you think you want. You're not an energetic match for that. And you need to stop playing. You're going to be by yourself. You're going to keep running into the same type of people because you're not shifting. You're not an energetic match for a healthy relationship. What do you mean? It's not making no sense. You really have to make it make sense. So now you want to crash out because of what you choose. And let me tell you something, baby. When something is not serving you, stop selecting it. Why would you? I don't, and I realize that some people do this, but I don't understand. If you know you don't like something, right? If you know you don't like ice cream, right? Then why every time your friend decides to go get in the car and go to the ice cream shop, you go and you figure you're going to try something because maybe if you try it, you're going to like it this time. Why do y'all do that? And people who do that across the board. I don't know. I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. But I'm going to try. I just tried it. You know, I thought maybe it would change my mind. You don't like it. You don't like it. Stop trying to make yourself like something that you don't like. The energy, see, when I say that nobody can play women because you have a God-given intuition, y'all ain't playing men either, because guess what? We're the masters of intuition, but men are the masters of energy reading. That's why they know you lying when you be saying this whole, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Energetically, they know what time it is with you. They just not going to keep badgering you. You keep saying you fine. You're not fooling anyone. And most importantly, you are not fooling God. And the Most High created this thing called the universe. And the universe is an algorithm. So when you speak things into the universe, when you think certain things, when you set certain intentions out there and different things like that, you're going to get a return on the things that you've sown. So when you go into spaces and your energy ain't right, this is how you end up playing yourself. That's why y'all be getting played by the dudes you never liked, because you never should have went out with him anyway. Oh, but you did because you was bored. You was bored. You needed something to do. You wanted your ego stroked. You wanted your ego stroked and you got your feelings hurt. Because guess what? The universal algorithm is going to give you a receipt and a reward for what you give it. And you sowed ill intent by going out with that person. Little lonely energy. Lonely energy got you what? Even more lonely energy. Even more lonely energy. Because now you got played by the person you didn't even like. Now you want to crash out. No. No. You need to get calm. You crashing out because you have let yourself, and this is the truth, you want to crash out on people, on the next person, because you let yourself get beat up. You understand what I'm saying? You let yourself get beat down by people, by what you selected. You knew this wasn't serving you, but you kept selecting it. You kept selecting it. You kept selecting it. Every time you allowed yourself, you kept selecting it. And now you're walking around here scorned. And now you want to scorn and burn somebody else because you let them. You let them. And that is the hard part about doing the work. Accepting the fact that you let them. When you let them do these things to you when you didn't know who you were. And you didn't understand your value. That is the hard part of this experience. Accepting that. Y'all will go before God and beg for forgiveness and won't even forgive yourself. It's crazy. How the Most High free you from shackles that you continue to lock yourself back in? How? How? Then don't be here, my love. If you feel like it's extremely bad advice, let me help you out. Let me help you out, because you clearly don't belong. It's who it's for and who is not for. Nobody is holding anyone hostage. But understand that your nervous system, these crash outs, is because you're overwhelmed. You're all over the place. You're exhausted. And you just want to be supported. You just want to be centered. You just want to be grounded. That's it. Okay? When you're constantly putting yourself, like pushing, pulling, doubting, fearing failure, you literally, your body is interpreting that as you in danger. You in danger. And then you go into fight or flight mode. Okay? It blocks your ability to be able to receive and sustain the things that you really want. Because, and I'm going to tell you an example how women do this. Let's just say when it comes down to dating, right? And I'm going to be very honest with you. If you are not centered in your emotions, and if you have a hard time trusting people, stop getting out here trying to date people because you're lonely. Get you a companion as a friend. You need a friend. You need community. But when you don't trust the opposite sex, and you were stating that you want to go out here and you want to start dating, you are in fight or flight mode, which is why you come in. These my boundaries, these my things, these this. You got a bunch of walls up. Boundaries are gates. They're gates. Boundaries are not walls. Walls keep you in, keep you safe, keep you secluded, keep you away. Is that what you want for yourself? That's the energy that you put out there. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. What you're really saying is, I usually do this. I usually do this. I usually do this. I usually do this. But I'm tired of doing this because I don't want you to do me like this. That's what's happening. And honestly, that's what men hear from you. I keep telling y'all, stop going out here and the first thing you say out your mind is, I'm celibate, I'm celibate, I'm celibate. Because here's the truth. You know what they hear that is? Try me, try me, try me, try me, try me. Because I'm trying not to be tried. But if you try me, I'm going to go. And I just need to feel good to say that and hoping that you won't try me. When the last time you seen a little boy listen to you? When the last time you go outside, baby, your son climbing on trees? When the last time he listened? When is the last time you've never seen a little boy test the boundary, test the button? Are you like, stop telling them that. And on top of that, that's your commitment. So why do you need to fully come out and say that? Like, it's a way, and I talk behind closed doors with women about this, how to handle scenarios like that if you are in that space. Because you can. You can. Child, I do it all the time. I don't be giving these folks nothing. But I'm not coming out the gate. You got to know how to use your feminine energy in those type of scenarios in general. You got to know. But coming out the gate saying I'm this and I'm that, they finna test all of that. They finna test all of that. You better speak on it. It is, and I wish people would get it confused on YouTube. My love, same name. There's a huge difference between celibacy and abstinence. A lot of people say that I'm celibate. No, you're not. Celibacy is a vow you take. Celibacy is a vow you take. Nuns take a vow of celibacy, my love. To be abstinent means to abstain for a period of time. And here's the thing too. Guess what? Ding, ding, ding. When you're abstaining with a purpose. You're not just abstaining just to say you're abstaining, which is a whole nother conversation that women are not ready for. Abstinence has a purpose and a period. You understand what I'm saying? You can't say that you're abstinent and I want to be married and you're not putting yourself in position to be married. You're not properly dating. You're not properly vetting. You're not doing this for a period of time. I'm going to be abstinent for a year. And in that year, I'm going to solely focus on meeting men who I feel like are husband material. And this is how I'm going to position myself to be able to access these type of individuals that I desire. But first and foremost, before I enter into any of those atmospheres, I'm going to make sure I'm an energetic match before I even walk into the room. You see, abstinence has a purpose and a period. Y'all don't understand it because you're getting a lot of this tradition and lack of and faulty text that they're giving you that you're not really tapped in. You're not tapped into scripture for real. So it's a purpose. That's why a lot of y'all bitter. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even think I was gonna say this. But this is why a lot of women who are abstaining, when they see women who are not abstaining get married and have these things, they looking at them with the side eye because I'm doing everything right. How did you get this? See you out of pocket. You about to crash. You about to see another one. You about to crash out over somebody else's experience. You're going too far. And a lot of women do that because you feel like you're doing it right. But are you doing it right? Are you doing it with a purpose? Are you doing it with a plan? Are you doing it for a period of time? See, all these things go hand in hand when we want to have these conversations about abstinence. And I can tell you that because I abstain. So it's a way to be able to do this. Y'all don't need to crash out. But the energy that you are giving off, okay? The energy that you are giving off is repelling everything you want. People could feel crash out is one step. A crash out really ain't nothing but slick a nervous breakdown, right? But a crash out is literally one step up from desperation. Because that's what happens. When you get to the state of desperation, that's when you know it's bad because you're finna cause damage. See, you're finna cause damage to yourself. And you're going to cause damage to somebody else or something else. You are a danger to something else because if you are damaging yourself, you are a danger to someone else. You need to understand that. If you are operating from a space of desperation, you are a danger to someone else. So when you are operating from a space of desperation and you crack that final thing, just be like, tap on your head. And then you just go full mode. Full mode, crash out, breakdown. When you get desperate, you need to understand you're in a dangerous space. This is how you start doing damaging things to yourself. Connecting yourself with people because you're desperate. This is the last person I'm going to get. Connecting yourself to clients or corporations. This is the last job. This is the last client I'm going to get. And you are literally positioning yourself to be played. You are positioning yourself to be prey. And the worst thing you can do in 2025 is a woman to be out here not understanding how you operate. You will be prey. Let me tell y'all something. Like it tells you in Revelations 3:11, hold tight to your crown. You need to understand the savages are out. They're out. People don't just want you. Y'all be focused on men wanting you for your bodies. Y'all not paying attention to the people who simping y'all energy, y'all emotional energy. Y'all not paying attention to the women y'all have around y'all. Y'all not paying attention to the people you get your information from and your insight from and your advice from. And those things are very, very important, especially right now. Especially right now, yes, which is why you should be guarding your heart above everything else because from it flows life. Your nervous system is the control center of how you show up in life. Okay? If it's dysregulated, you'll feel scattered, you'll feel stuck, and honestly, you will repel opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Imagine applying for a promotion and getting denied, getting denied, getting denied, getting denied, but you still have to sit there at that same 9 to 5. How would you feel? That is how a lot of women are walking around here, because they are so disconnected from their control center, which is their nervous system. Regulation creates safety in the body, okay? It allows you to align with abundance, which is your birthright according to John 10:10, right? It allows you to align with abundance, to focus your energy, to magnetize what you want more so in an effortless way. You know, it's the foundation, honestly, for wealth alchemy. If you want to, like I said, take your natural energy, your emotional energy, and your creativity and create sustainable success for yourself, you're going to have to regulate your nervous system. You're going to have to. They're going to be telling y'all it ain't no money. They're going to be telling y'all, no. They're going to be telling y'all it ain't no money. They're going to be telling y'all all this stuff going on. They're going to be doing everything to exhaust you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, until you start breaking down physically. Pay attention to what is happening around the world and what is happening around you. They are trying to get you to crack. Why? Because you're going to be a big business. Because if you crack too hard, if you crash out too hard, you're going to go to their computerized prison. Hold on, let me not. The big one. The big one. The one ain't nobody talking about. The one they need to fill up. The one that's going to be full of... Listen to me. Don't you think they want an uproar? Don't you think they want that? Why you really think they want this app gone? Is it really the data? So what y'all been doing with our data all this time? What y'all been doing with our data on Meta? What y'all been doing with our data? What y'all been doing? Y'all been selling our data. That's why the telemarketers calling us back again. See, for a long time, the telemarketers couldn't call you for a while. It was something that came out. You see how they calling you again? Yeah, because they sold you information. Yeah. So what's the real issue? I need to be able to control. I need to be able to... See, society has to be able to perform glamour magic on its people. What is glamour magic? Creating illusions. Creating illusions to make you feel and think that certain things are occurring a certain kind of way so you can crash out. Yeah. Because they're already prepared for you to crash out. They already spent a couple of years teaching you how to be in the house, getting you programmed on how to stay in the house. You think that's a coincidence? You think you're going to be? You think that's a coincidence? Teaching you how to stay at home? Getting you accustomed and I know you may think it can't happen. You better start paying attention to what's happening. That's why I'm doing this thing for you to not crash out. Because that's what they want. That's what they want. Because it's big business. Because if you sick, it's big business. And if you sick, it's big business. If you a slave in prison, it's big business. Either way it goes, you're a bank. You're a bank. You're a big business. So please crash out. Please. Like, really. I'm just saying, pay attention. Regulation, like I said, it creates safety in the body. Okay? It creates safety in the body. And in order for you to be able to create cash flow for yourself so you can create the reality that you want, because here's the thing, you can say what you want to say, you're going to have to be able to create value and get paid at a high level for it if you want to thrive in the era that we are in. You're going to have to get ahead of the game. While y'all are in Chat GTP asking it how to fix your life, you need to be using it to learn skill sets that will advance you past your peers. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I'm trying to tell you something without telling you something. You better use it the way you need to use it while you have access to it. Because hold tight. I want you to just pay attention to the span of apps and when things get released. Hold tight, okay? So I was around when Facebook first started. It happened when I was in college, right? So all the apps, social media apps, I was here for it. I was an adult during the experience in my 20s, right? So Facebook, Instagram, all those things used to be very authentic, original platforms. It was live time. It was right there. It was all of these things. MySpace, it was all of that, right? But here's the thing. When all those things happened, when it first started, it was cool. About 3 years in, even TikTok, 3 years and 4 years in, see, they're going to start pushing them ads. They're going to start trying to figure out ways to make money. See, the first 3 years, normally with these apps, they study the behavior of the people on these apps. I just want you to pay attention. They study the behavior of what you do, your responses. You are a large experiment. Don't you know that? So they watch you for 2 and 3 years. They allow you to make money. See, this is how we've been able to make all this money on TikTok for all these years and different things. Because it came around in 2020. Around 2024, late 2023, they start pushing, talking about ads a little bit. See, that was the 3-year span right there. See, last year, they really start pushing the ads. It turned into like QVC on this mug because they was really pushing ads. See, around year 4, now we in year 5. So now we need full control. So I need you to understand when you are dealing with these and you are on these apps, they are studying you. And when they study you and they figure out how you operate, then they start to sell to you in exactly which makes you susceptible to illusions. So they create illusions for you to buy into, which is why when you get on the phone, and I'm sorry, when you're not on your phone and you talking about this black dress and you log into one of these apps and you see a black dress, all of a sudden an ad for a black dress pop up. These things are not coincidence, baby. You are a project. You are being studied. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And because you don't know your adversary, you are being conditioned. You are being mastered by someone else. And it's because you choose to not be a master of yourself. You choose to not get to know yourself. You choose to not stand in the truth of yourself. And because of that, you look for somebody else to tell you who you are, which is why you are confused. And if you count on society to tell you what to do, good God, they move the goalposts. What is it now? Do we need to be thick? Do we need to have BBLs or do we need to be skinny? What is it now? Do we need to be rail thin or do we need to be fit? What is it now? They're constantly moving the goalposts. How can you keep up? You weren't designed to keep up. Because that system was designed to disconnect you from your spiritual core by putting a spell of low self-esteem on you to make you feel as if you're not valuable unless you meet their standard. But how are you allowing society to create a standard for you when society didn't create you? Crazy work. Be careful the master that you submit to. See, when you submit to these standards and all these things, you submitting to a master, beloved. Are you even a master of self? Being a master of self is being able to crash course or course correct before you crash out. And that's what I'm going to help you do. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into the first way that this needs to happen. So the first thing that needs to happen when it comes down to course correcting your crash out, okay, is to honor your rhythms. I need women to understand that you have 2 clocks. You are not intended to work like men. That's why y'all sad. That's why y'all sick. That's why y'all depressed. And that's why you're not getting the support that you want. You have 2 clocks. Men have 1 clock. Okay? Men have the circadian clock, which we all have, where your organs are charging every couple of hours, right? It's a 24-hour clock. We have a moon clock, which consists of our menstrual cycle, right? You have to be in tune with both clocks, honoring both rhythms of yourself if you want to start the process of becoming balanced. What does that mean and what does that look like? You have 4 phases in your menstrual cycle. Women think that they're moody. Women think that they have PMS. When in reality, you don't have any of those things. You're not connected to the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, nor the luteal phase. You're not eating what you need to eat for the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, and the luteal phase. You're not exercising the way you should, which is why you can't keep that weight off. Oh, by the way, I used to be like 100 pounds heavier, because you don't understand what it is and how you should be exercising during menstrual, follicular, ovulation, and luteal. And because of that, you don't understand that during menstrual, you're not just physically releasing. You're supposed to be spiritually releasing the things that don't belong, mentally releasing the things that don't belong, emotionally releasing the things that don't belong. This is why in scripture, when women were on their cycles, which is called nada, then, so when women were on nada, they were to themselves, they were in solitude. Why were they in solitude? Because they were releasing. What happens when a woman releases all the things that are within her every single month? That woman can receive the next month. The reason why y'all can't receive is because you have not released anything, which is why you don't reject anything, which is why you will take anything that anyone gives you. Because you're so used to not receiving, but you don't see that you're connected to the reason why you're not receiving. That you don't reject nothing. Y'all, somebody asks you on a date, you gonna go just because you want to go on a date. You don't even know if you really interested in this person. You don't even know if this person's a serial killer. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Honor your rhythms. And I'm gonna say this part, and I'm not gonna elaborate on this part, but I will suggest that you go follow my amazing sister, friend, and colleague so she can break it down more for you, because I'm not gonna do it today. But if you are on birth control, I just want to let you know something. You have a false hormone that is within your body that is mimicking the actual hormone. And what you need to understand is that if you are on birth control throws off your attraction. So you think that, oh, birth control made me moody. Birth control will have you out here thinking that you like something that you actually don't like, because you're not chemically aligned the way you should, because there's a false hormone in the body that's actually weakening the body. And if you don't believe me, you can even go look up, for those who do the shot, you can go and look it up, how these things cause issues with your bones and more. So when I tell you that you being or having these things in your body, it's blocking. Because you got to understand, if the Most High designed your body to operate a certain kind of way, and you throw something in the midst to throw off the balance, then what do you think is happening really on the inside of your body? And the body has thousands upon thousands upon thousands of systems of the way that it works that we have no idea about. So when we have something foreign in the body has to try to protect, is immediately going to go try to protect you. That's my best friend had lymphedema too. So it's very, very important. I don't have a suggestion for it, because to be honest with you, I don't do birth control. But I'm not. I told you I'm staying. So, but if I was, papaya seeds, I would look more so into herbalists and different things like that. I would look into more natural things. But I know papaya seeds is one, because I knew that when I was married. So, and there are other ones as well. But I would seek that out. But anything that throws your rhythm off, the things that you're eating, chemical energy and emotional energy are very important when it comes down to your rhythms. Because if you eat improper, it can chemically throw your body out of balance. If you are always in chronic stress, you're going to throw your body out of balance, which is going to make you sick, and you can't honor your rhythms. It's kind of like you're fighting against yourself. And what women have to understand is that a woman who is at war with self will always be in battle with everyone else. You ever meet a woman and she's just always something with her? That, like, a woman who is at war with self, I always can tell a woman that's at war with self. I don't even get offended. See, y'all be getting offended when I argue with these wenches. Like, they already miserable. Like, for real, though. She at war with herself. Girl, you finna be at war with you, niece. Now, I'm gonna gather you up. Don't get it confused, because I'm definitely not one of them. But I'm gonna guide you back to yourself. But you have to understand, a woman who's at war with self and is not balanced within self is going to have battles outside of self consistently. Nothing to lose. I'm not doing a low carb, high protein diet. No chicken. Yeah, I've eased off. I eat lamb. I don't eat beef and pork. I haven't eaten beef and pork in 20 years. Thank you, my love. But I eat lamb. That's my main meat of choice in almost everything. I made some spaghetti in there with ground lamb. Okay, so I want you to think about this too. Another part of honoring your rhythms is allowing your body to rest, which is very important when it comes down to your nervous system. Your nervous system craves safety, okay? When you are stuck in cycles of push-pull or in your body, in your mind, it signals that something is wrong to your body. So it goes into protection mode. Okay, so honoring your rhythm is one of those things, is, of resting. It's not lazy. You're not supposed to work like a man. I'm sorry, you just not. And last time I checked, when it come down to scripture, it say the sweat of the work to the sweat of the brow. That was on them. Why are you picking it up? Why you got to work to the sweat of your brow? I don't that just didn't make, that does not align with your design. So why are we doing this? Can we stop? That was for them. Let them work to the sweat of their brow. Our work is internal. Our work is expansion and amplifying. Okay? So when you honor your rhythms, understand that it's not lazy. It's the foundation of your feminine power. When you allow yourself to rest intentionally, like I talked about, when you are in your cycle, and you're resting and you're releasing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all these things, you are creating space for magnetism. You're creating space for digital downloads to come from God saying, hey, this is your next move. Hey, let's do this, because you're empty. How y'all want to receive something when you're not empty? Like, it's like wanting something with your hand being extremely tight. Come on now. Like, come on. Okay? Your greatest creations are going to come from flow. They're not going to come from force. Okay? They're going to come from flow. Are you willing to let go of all this idea of what you think you knew, all the burnout basically that you caused yourself, the whole culture of burnout? Are you ready to release that to be in a space of true abundance? If you are, then honor your rhythms. Honor your rhythms. You are called to take care of your temple. Your body is a temple. Y'all play so much about your temple. It's crazy. Like, seriously. Thank you, my love. Like, it's too much. So let's go ahead and get into the next thing, okay? The next step, if you want to get in the process of course correcting your crash out, once you honor your rhythms, the next thing that you want to do is that you want to release resistance, okay? And what I mean by that is fear, doubt, and perfection are enemies of your nervous system. Put that in your mind, put that in your heart, put that in your soul. Don't you ever forget it. And they are spiritual violations of the Most High. I said what I said. When you are afraid of something, you are slapping the Most High in the face. Because what you scared of? What are you scared of? When you are doubting, you are slapping the Most High in the face. Because what are you doubting? What do you mean? If you are connected to the creator of everything, what is the doubt about? For real. What is it? Enemies, perfectionism. Aren't you beautifully and wonderfully made? Aren't you unique? So why are you trying to be perfect? Who told you to be perfect? Oh, society told you to be perfect. Oh, okay. So society, your master. I got it. Gotcha. Understood. Understood. Make it make sense. Fear, doubt, and perfectionism are enemies of your nervous system. And how dare you let an enemy in your house? I mean, y'all act so bad and be like you don't deal with certain things. Y'all letting enemies in your house. This is a temple. You letting anybody in the temple? And stop dealing with people that make you have fear, that make you doubt, and that make you feel like you have to be perfect. Why are you connecting to people like that when that's not even real? You connecting with your own enemy, but you connect with your enemy when you become your own enemy, because the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Well, what is the enemy steal, kill, and destroy? You stealing your own joy, you're killing your own confidence, and you're finna self-destruct like Inspector Gadget. I'm telling my age with that one. But that's where you're on the road to, because you refuse the other half. You refuse abundance. You refuse that reality. Thank you, my love, for these likes. Fear, doubt, and perfectionism are enemies of your nervous system, and they keep you in survival mode. Your perspective gadget. They convince your brain that safety lies in staying small. That's what it says. It says that. Attempting to fulfill society's standards is worshiping a false god. It is. It is. People practice more idolatry than they realize. People practice more witchcraft than they realize. They don't be ready for them type of conversations though. Imagine thinking you doing all these things because you're not fornicating and you're not drinking and you're not cursing and you're not doing all those other stuff, but you're still trying to people please. Still trying to people please. When people pleasing puts you in position to miss the mark, and to miss the mark means to sin by definition. Okay. Okay. That's what we doing? Okay. Hey. Do what you want. It's your life, baby. I'm just here. Just here, guys. Here's the truth of the matter, though, okay? Resistance only holds you back from the flow of abundance, which is your birthright. Every time you hold on to fear, every time you hold on to doubt, every time you hold on to perfectionism, you are literally signaling to your body that you're not safe to receive. That's what you're saying. But you're saying that because that's the truth. You're not safe to receive. Because you don't trust yourself with the responsibility of what it is that you claim that you want anyway. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why you're so scary that you don't even go after it. Mm-hmm. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these lives. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all, so sweet. You don't see yourself. Every time you hold on to fear, you tell your body, I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. That's why you ain't getting it. So the universal algorithm is saying, okay, not you this time. What about next time? Oh, you still ain't ready? Okay, bet. Dang, you still ain't ready? Okay, bet. We can do this all day. Your life can be a bunch of missed opportunities if that's what you want it to be. Hey, nobody's going to stop you because you keep selecting it, okay? I don't know. I want you to really think about this for a second. What if the thing you wanted the most is waiting for you to release the grip of fear, perfectionism, and doubt? Can you trust the Most High's plan greater than your fear? When I left my job at 35, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. I just knew that the Most High had called me to wake women up. And I was scared. And I remember saying to the Most High, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Because I feel like women empowerment is fake and I'm not fake. Most I say, I'm not asking you to be fake. They be doing all this limelight. I don't care about being in the camera. I'm really a private person. You know this. I know you don't want to be in front of the camera. I really want people to get real results. I like being on the back end. I understand that. But you're going to continue to play small, keep selecting small, or you going to step up. But don't act like I ain't tell you. Snatch me up real quick. Snatch me up real quick. Okay? So the thing is, I had to trust. I had to trust what the Most High was telling me. And I have not stopped trusting. And all of it has continued to work. I've been able to build a 6-figure plus business from the ground up without hustling. Earn way more money than them people was trying to pay me. And I got a bachelor's, a master's, and some doctoral work. They want to pay me $30,000. Turned around and flipped and was obedient and got triple that. Quadruple, actually, because we up. So the thing is, obedience is way better than sacrifice. Obeying the Most High is way better than me sacrificing my time, my energy, my attention, and my money trying to stay at a place that does not value me. And that's how a lot of corporations do, because the corporate system was set up to disconnect you from your spiritual core. It wasn't created to bring you closer to God. They wouldn't work you like a slave if it was. Better recognize, when it talks about being transformed of this world, see, the world is the systems. It's not just people. It's the systems that are set up to disconnect you from your spiritual core. Because if you're disconnected from your spiritual core, that means you have no power. If you have no power, then you're in a bad position. You become a project to be experimented on because you have no power. Number three, step three, you're going to have to reprogram your beliefs. Okay? And I say this all the time, your belief impacts your biology, and your biology influences the way you behave. That's why when you thought you was pregnant, you was doing all that throwing up. You thought you could smell the sea in the ocean or whatever that was near Japan. And then all of a sudden you went took a test and went to the doctor and you're not pregnant. You stopped throwing up. You stopped smelling the sea in Japan. I don't even know if Japan got a sea, I'm playing. But you stopped sleeping. All these things stopped because why? You found out you're not pregnant and you believed it. But beforehand you believed that you was. And you tricked your body into falling into the gap. That's how you can put yourself under a spell. See how easy it is to put yourself under a spell by believing the wrong information? Ooh. See how easy it is to put yourself under a spell by believing the wrong information. This is why the Most High tells you to guard your gates. This is why the Most High tells you to try the spirit by the fear. See, you are to test the fruit, baby. You ain't just supposed to eat it. You don't smell your food? My best friend used to really smell her food. Rest her. She used to smell her food before she ate it. And it got on my nerves. I used to be like, girl, why do you do that? It's so annoying. But it makes sense to examine fully what it is that you're about to digest. They might be smart. Look, Kentire, you know. They might be smart. It's a smart thing to do. The Radiant Muse course is a course. It's not a one-on-one. But you need to reprogram your beliefs, okay? If you don't believe you're worthy of abundance, then your nervous system will keep you stuck in cycles of lack consistently, okay? But when you reprogram your mind, you can align with worthiness, trust, and abundance, then everything shifts in your reality. Before I became a 6-figure plus business owner, I would write down, if I had $100,000 in the bank right now, what would I be doing? And I was like, I would go work out. I would do this. I had like a very scheduled, creative with breaks and work in between and all that. And I started to embody those habits. And I did it every single day. And it didn't take me long. And I became literally that. So a man thinking in his heart, so is he. I reprogrammed my subconscious mind to be that. I am that. And I saw myself as that. And when I saw her who looked like me, because I used to be 100 pounds heavier, and I saw how good she looked to me, I started embodying those habits. And when I embodied those habits, guess what? I ascended. I shifted. And me shifting allowed me to be able to magnetize and manifest the things that I desire into my space. And it's not because, oh, I'm so special. Literally, you can do all this. It tell you all this in the scripture. Everything I give you come from scripture, science, and psychology. But the first and foremost is rooted in scripture. All the things I'm telling you, you easily can do, but you do them in accordance with the frequency of your life. It's not going to look like mine. Even if it do look close to mine, it's still going to be your own. And that's the thing. Okay? This isn't just mindset work, what I'm talking about here. It's nervous system work. You have to feel safe in order to expand. You have to feel safe in order to succeed. You have to feel safe in order to hold more. You got to feel safe. You got to be safe. Some of y'all are not safe spaces. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. A lot of us as women think we better than what we are. We need to tell the truth. We need to accept who we've been so we can shift into a new reality. You can't shift into a new reality when you don't accept who you were in the trenches, in the dark, in the gutter. It don't work like that, boo. It's stories about me. Yeah, y'all are getting the feminine version. Y'all are getting the love, the kindness. Baby, can tell you on here. I used to be crazy. Somebody who know me in life on here can tell you, I used to be crazy. Not even probably in the last 10 years. You understand what I'm saying? What you see now is 7 years of work. That's what you better know. But I've been crazy since the beginning of the beginning. Like, for real. So the thing is, if the Most High can shift me, listen, you can be shifted. Believe me. Because it's some stories. People will tell you. Now, they all going to tell you, I don't start nothing. But don't you start with me. They know. Don't you start with me. I'm going to finish it. And it's going to be burned to the ground when I get done. So the thing is, being able to shift from that into power and people saying stuff now and not able to sit back like, girl, you really don't know. You really don't know who you don't know. Hi. So yes, you know what I'm saying? This whole shift, it shifted my nervous system because I had to make myself safe. And the reason why I was always trying to defend myself is because I didn't feel safe. Because I was in a safe space, right? So you really have to remember and realize, like I said, this isn't just mindset work when we're talking about reprogramming our minds. You need safety in order to expand. This is why a lot of y'all will say things like, oh, I need a man to come rescue me from my masculine responsibilities. First of all, they're adult responsibilities. Let's first start there. Okay? They're adult responsibilities. But the thing is this. What you're actually saying is that I want a safe container, frame, so that I can expand within. That's what you're really asking for. I'm asking if we were looking at a picture frame, right? What you're asking for is the frame because you are the picture. All I want is a frame. All I want is order. All I want is structure. All I want is support. That's what you're saying, right? But that ain't what you're saying. And I need you to get clear on what you're saying. You're not looking for someone to come and rescue you from your adult responsibilities, beloved. Because adulting comes with responsibility. That's just what it is. It sucks. It sucks that it comes with responsibility, but that's what it is. But the beautiful part of that is manifestations come with responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. One who is faithful with a little can be trusted with a lot more. So it has its benefits, being responsible. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. But understand what it is that you're truly asking for. Okay? Your nervous system is either your greatest ally or your greatest block. What beliefs do you need to rewire in order to feel safe receiving wealth? Wealth as in emotional fulfillment. Wealth as in financial resources. Wealth as in time freedom. Wealth as in healthy relationships. Wealth as in purpose and growth. Okay? So these are the things you need to ask yourself. What beliefs do you need to rewire yourself to feel safe, to receive those things? And let's just say if you're a person who's seeking romance or a relationship along with romance, then you have to make sure that your belief aligns with that. You can't be out here saying all men are this, all men are that, because that's really your core belief. And that's your core belief. That's going to always be your experience. And this is coming from someone who used to have experiences like that because that was a core belief until I shifted that. When I shifted that core belief, baby, then your girl found out what to do. I'll say that. And when I figured out what I needed to do, I ain't have another problem in that area, and I still don't. So people telling y'all you're going to hit a wall after 35 and all this, and men ain't going to do this and da-da-da-da. Child, please, I'm 41, and believe me when I tell you, they do. It all. Okay? You just have to be her. So how do you be her? Literally be her. Be you. And the one who wants to do that for you, because you do or are that for yourself, is going to be done. Okay? So understand that. So your nervous system is either your greatest ally or your greatest block. Focus on your beliefs. Here's the fourth and final step that's very, very important is you have to focus your energy. Let me tell you something. Focus is a gift. I mean, not a gift. It's a skill. And I know a lot of people just think it's like, oh, it's just like slowly paying attention or whatever the case may be. It's not just that. It's a skill. And I'm going to show you how I mean it's a skill. When you were a child, if I tell everyone, if I start singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you can finish what I'm saying. Why can you finish what I'm saying? Why is that? You can finish what I'm saying is because you were taught to focus and zone in on that. And they did it in a way to where you can focus and zone in on it to where it could program your brain. They put it in the form of a song. The melody was going to go to the right part of your brain. So even if you hum, you know exactly what that is. So as you're humming it, the tune, which goes into the right aspect of the brain, which is the creative side of the brain, the words, the letters are going to go into the left side, which is the logistical, logical, the critical thinking, the processing, linguistics on this side. So that is how you're able to still know And then along with repetition, which repetition is the language of the subconscious. So we have right brain creativity activated, we have left brain logic and linguistics activated, and then we also are operating from a space of being repetitive. This is how you reprogram the mind. So this is how you were taught, this is how you are programmed, this is how you were taught to learn the ABCs. It is that simple formula that society uses to put you under spells on the daily. They program you all the time, repeatedly, through the music, through the media, through all kind of things. It's repetitive, it's in you. It's almost embedded in you until you uproot it or upgrade the programming. Okay? Very important and extremely vital. Focus is a skill set. So now that I've explained it's a skill set, you need to learn how to focus your energy, okay? Here's the biggest trap that I see. I see people trying to do everything, spread themselves thin because you think that doing more or, success lies in how much you do. The truth of the matter is success comes from you focusing on what nourishes your soul. Focusing on what nourishes your soul, because that's going to move you closer to your desires. When the nervous system is regulated, you will stop scattering your energy and start collapsing time. What does it mean to collapse time? I'm glad you asked. You need to learn how to collapse time as a woman. I'm going to put you on game. To collapse time basically means to achieve something in a shorter period than you probably could if you would have went the original way of doing it. Okay? The easiest way for you to collapse time, and I have collapsed time. I collapse time all the time, but I collapse time in weight loss. I collapse time. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and likes. I collapse time in hitting 6 figures in my business. I collapse time. I did it in shorter period of time because I understood the formula of time. I sat for a long time and studied time. I'm a nerd. What I have found is a pattern in time, right? And I found this particular, well, not a pattern, a formula of time. And in that formula that I found in time, I was able to use it to start creating the reality that I want and manifest things extremely faster than I have ever. And I've been doing it for the last 5 years, and that is how I've been able to do everything I want to do. And what that looks like is me understanding that time is a formula. So there's time, okay? When we're talking about time, time equals, there's a cause plus effect plus pattern plus season equals cycle. Okay? So time operates in cycles. And even when you look at this in scripture, that's why the moon and all these different things, they have an impact on time. This is why, truthfully, we were not supposed to know the hidden knowledge of meteorology. We were not supposed to know the hidden knowledge of the path of the sun. We were not supposed to know the hidden knowledge of the path of the moon, like it talks about in the book of Enoch in scripture, because what society has done is that they've started to do things to manipulate time. They've started to do things to disrupt the cycles of time because they understand that time operates according to cycles. Again, I'm going to use this as an example. Let's just say I want to lose weight and I want to collapse time losing weight. What I'm going to do is, because I understand the formula of time is this, I'm going to cause something different, which means that I'm going to do something different in my life that's going to start immediately, that is going to speed up me being able to get this done. So that looks like changing my eating habits, okay? That looks like going from filling up to eating fuel. This looks like, okay, me working out and starting movement, okay? This looks like me resting when I need to rest and all these things. So I'm making an immediate change. When I make this immediate change, okay, this immediate cause is going to have a new effect. You eating differently when it comes down to your body is going to affect the way your body operates. Your body is then going to create a new pattern of the way that it continues to operate, okay? Once it creates that new pattern and operating according to that pattern, it puts you in a state that you are in a new season. You're in a healthier season within your body. If you do that for a long time, if that season sticks for a long time, you have now created a health cycle in your life. Now that you've created that health cycle in your life, think about it like a bicycle. You're going to cycle to the finish line a lot faster in achieving your goal of what? Weight loss. That is how you collapse time. So when I'm talking about you being able to do these things, okay, you being able to do these things, it helps you cut time down on achieving your goals. And right now, I'm going to be honest with you. As a woman, you need to know how to collapse time. You need to know how to collapse time. You need to know how to, you ain't no more, you need to know how to collapse time. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing. You need to collapse time. And you ain't got no excuse because now I done told you. So don't say ain't nobody told you. Because the Most High gonna remind you when it's time. So you know how to collapse time. And I better not see my collapsing time formula on nobody thing. Because I'm going to have my attorney send you a cease and desist. Because I don't play that. I took too much time studying and really grasping that understanding and doing that over and over and over again and multiplying results with my clients over and over and over again. Baby, it's not a joke. It's not a game. We collapse time over here. We get active over here. We get things done very quickly and swiftly over here. Very efficient, very effective, very demure-like. We like it. It's good. It's good. Okay? Yes, it definitely will be on YouTube. Let's see. Baby, I just broke down collapsing time. You're going to have to catch it on YouTube, my love. I broke down that whole formula. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. Y'all going to have to catch it on YouTube. Because I got to go. But let me let y'all know all this. I want you to just think about it, okay? Like I said, when your nervous system is regulated, you'll stop scattering your energy and start collapsing time. All right? Thank you, my love, for these gifts. And I want you to really think about this question. What could you create if you focused your energy on what truly matters? Could you collapse months, years, maybe even effort? Or, you know what I'm saying, years of effort into days. Like, just think about it. Think about if you could collapse time in the sense of collapsing months, collapsing years, by just taking effort in just a few days. For real. Just imagine that. Imagine how powerful you really would be. But anywho, those are the 4 steps. If you don't know how to do those steps and you need help doing those steps, right? Here are the things that I have that I can support you. So I have a masterclass that's happening on the 29th. It's $55. I only have a certain amount of seats left. Baby, y'all was scooping them up yesterday. So when the link not working, the link ain't working no more. And in that masterclass is called Wealth Alchemy. Regulation of riches. And I'm going to teach you step by step how to regulate your nervous system. I'm going to teach you how all these things. I'm going to teach you how to honor all of that. So the step by step, I'm going to teach you the 2 aspects of your nervous system that you need to know about. I'm going to teach you how to calm it. I'm going to teach you how to be here in this space and to be centered so that you can create cash flow, so that you can create the life and the reality that you want and stop settling for the one that you have. I don't want to hear no excuses. Y'all know I don't be doing no $55 class because you know all of my products normally are 3 figures and above. Okay? Or 4 figures and above and some more. I also, if you are ready for that, you're welcome, lovey. If you are coming to the masterclass, like I said, it's going to be $55. We are going to be talking about wealth alchemy. So if you're wanting to use your natural energy, your emotions, and your creativity to be able to create sustainable financial success, you need to be in there because you're going to have a calm nervous system for what's coming for this world, baby. And if you've ever worked with me, and if you've ever really heard me live, and you've seen the things that I've said that have literally happened, because the Most High tell me, because one of my gifts is that I can see, and the stuff end up happening. If I'm telling you you're going to need a calm nervous system in 2025, please don't take it for a joke. I wouldn't. Please don't take it for a joke. I don't speak on my own accord. I promise you I don't. You're going to need a calm nervous system. You're going to need to collect yourself, especially if you have children, especially if you are out here and you are in roles of caregivers and wives and stuff like that. Baby, you better wake up. I promise you're going to need to know how to center. Click the link in the bio to be able to get access to the class. Like I said, it's $55. You will get your emails for the class on tonight with the information, the starting information. What else was I going to say? You're welcome. If you are wanting to hit the reset button on your magnetism, where you don't understand your cycles and you really want to understand your cycles and you want to learn how to use your cycle to make money and you want to learn how to use your cycle to heal and maybe get healthier and take care of your body, then you need to get the Magnetism Reset Masterclass. And that's $150. Yes, you can get it. It should be up there by tomorrow as long as the tickets don't go out. But you need to get the Magnetism Reset Masterclass. If your issue is your mood, if your issue is you don't know how to, use your cycle to be able to make money, you need to go ahead and get that class, because the Magnetism Reset Masterclass is extremely powerful. It's going to get you right. It's going to have you mastering your rhythm in 30 days. You need to know your rhythm, because I just said the first thing on here is that you need to honor your rhythms. You can't honor something you don't know. You need to understand the 4 phases of your cycle. You need to understand there are things you need to be eating. You need to understand that. So click the link in the bio and get access to that. My products do come. You can get Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay with my products and my services. What else do I have available up there? I have a newsletter, which is a newsletter for women leaders. Let me just tell you, congratulations. If you are not a woman leader, if you are not in a position of leadership, whether that's in your home, whether that is in corporate, in your business, don't sign up for the newsletter, because it's not really for you. I'm speaking specifically to the high performers. So if you are a high performer, you are a high achiever, then go ahead and sign up for the magnetic newsletter, okay? Because that is a weekly newsletter that is going to go out to you, that is going to support you in the aspect of attraction, magnetism, and understanding these things about yourself, because these things are very vital and important for you as a woman, okay? Trying to think of what else is up there. Then there's Speak Right Teach. If you are trying to leave your 9 to 5 and you don't understand your value, you can't articulate your value, or if you are on your job and you're looking for it to be promoted, or you're looking to level up, you need to understand how to speak, write, and teach your value. You need to be able to articulate your value. That's the only way you're going to make more money. What I'm teaching in that course is going to support you in being able to close high-level deals. This also is going to support you if you're working in corporate, because the tactics and the different things that I'm talking about and strategies in there is what supported one of my clients in elevating and getting 5-figure bonuses every year since we've been working together. So the thing is, there's a lot of money out there. You're just not articulating your value. You're not in a position, to be seen. Because, and I've said this before, money is energetic, and money locks in with high vibrational states, alignment, and value. So you have to show yourself in that dimension, in those spaces, okay, for monetary opportunities to be attracted to you, for people to be like, I want to invest and pay into you, okay? You have to show those things. So Speak Right Teach breaks that down for you. You can get that for $275 with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. And then I also have the Radiant Muse Revenue Method. And the Radiant Muse Revenue Method is for women who want to understand high-level attraction. So let's talk about what that looks like and what that means. When I'm saying high-level attraction, I'm talking about not just in business, but in life in general. You're going to understand how you are as a woman. You're going to understand your self-concept. You're going to understand seduction when it comes down to sales. You're going to understand the power of your magnetism when it comes down to making more money. So if the focus solely is, I have a business, but I don't really know how to attract the type of clients that I want, then you need to get the Radiant Muse Revenue Method, because it's going to walk you through how to activate your radiance. The reason why people aren't buying either is because the articulation of value is not clear, or you're not being seen. And if you're not being seen, that's a radiance issue. That means you're not radiating. Okay? And if you're not radiating, what you are radiating, according to the law of radiation, is repelling what you want. So we have to, again, shift what's happening on the inside of here. And you do that with the Radiant Muse Revenue Method. It is powerful. The courses that are in, let me tell you, she said I need that one. So let me tell you the courses that are in the Radiant Muse Revenue Method. I know one for sure is the Seduction of Sales, the Art of Seduction and Sales. I know that. I also know Increase Your Value as a Woman is in that one. I know How You Manifest as a Woman is in that one as well. But let me pull it. But yeah, so lesson 1 is the power of your feminine design. Lesson 2 is manifesting as a woman. Module 2 is activate your attraction core. So we start getting to the space of attraction and what that actually looks like. Understanding how you attract, unleash your magnetic power, increase your value as a woman. Then we go into module 3, which is self-concept, seduction, and sales. Lesson 5 is relationships and revenue, a magnetic love story. And then lesson 6 is the magnetic sales formula, align, attract, and close. And then you also get the bonus course that is 3 ways to shift your emotional energy to magnetize wealth. So that course, if I'm not mistaken, is $197. You can click that link in the bio. So if you're struggling to attract clients and that's major, like really your issue, you can go ahead and do that. And then for those who get the Radiant Muse revenue method, you have a bonus to be able to get a client attraction blueprint. And in that blueprint, I'm supporting you and teaching you how to get your leads and stuff. So you getting like a whole bunch of bonuses. Okay. Let me see. That's the one I need to be more magnetic. Oh yeah. Activating your radiance for sure. Because the thing about it is, once you activate your inner muse, which a muse is nothing but a source of inspiration, art, right? Once you activate your inner muse, you're going to radiate. So according to the law of radiation, what is basically within you is going to radiate out. And so what radiate out is going to draw in. You know what I'm saying? Which one on using your gifts to align with government contract prep? So then I would say speak, write, teach, because you need to be able to articulate your value. Yes, I have one-on-ones. My one-on-ones are $497, and you have to DM me a link for that. And they come with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. Yay! Congratulations. I keep seeing the payments come in. So y'all are going to get y'all email tonight about the class for the 29th. But speak, write, teach is what I would tell you as far as governmental contracts, because I specifically talk about corporations and different things in there. So, and that's going to require confidence and execution and articulation of value. I talk about how when you're going to be talking to corporations and contractors like the government, you need to be talking about ROIs. You need to be talking about, the return on the investment that they're going to get and what your ROIs actually look like. And I break that down in Speak, Write, Teach. So in Speak, Write, Teach, I give you that because I've done some contracting, not with government, but I'm finna start doing it now. But I've done some contracting with schools, local government. You're welcome. Any questions, y'all? Because I have to get out of here. Which would be the best to start? So, I would tell you, truthfully, to start with, I would tell you to start with the Magnetism Reset Masterclass and either come back to Wealth Alchemy, or you can do both. Either or. No, I wasn't a school teacher. I worked a lot in the system, though. I was a social worker. I'm having this month, on the 29th, I'm having a class called Wealth Alchemy, Regulation to Riches. It's going to support you in regulating your nervous system so that you can live a richer life. So you'll be able to create from calm, create from being centered, and all those things are extremely important when it talks about manifesting things or magnetizing things into your space, because your energy matters in that space a whole lot. Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions, my darlings? Because I got to go. And I'm like, what I ate today? No, I did eat breakfast this morning. I've been on this very high protein. I've been making all my breads and different things. So I'm going to hear them eat something now before I go to meet up with my homegirl so we can talk business and do work. Thank you. All praises to the Most High. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. Congratulations to those who've gotten their tickets. You will be getting your emails this evening. Congratulations to those who bought courses. Just congratulations to you in your journey. And please, if y'all have any questions around anything that you got, DM me. I will respond. Shoot me an email. I will respond. Let me know whatever it is that you need. Okay? All right, y'all. I hope that y'all have an amazing day. I'm about to go. Peace, y'all.